Piso mo, palaguin mo. Hello mga kaibigan. Ako po si Francisco Colayco, welcoming you to another edition of Pisobilities, ang inyong gabay sa buhay pinansyal. We started Season 4 by stressing the importance of setting your financial goals. Financial goals have three aspects: purpose, target amount, time. Purpose answers the question, why? Bakit ito ang inyong napiling financial goal? Ano ang paggagamitan nitong perang ito? Para saan ito? Target, magkano ang halagang kailangan mo para marating ang iyong pinaghahandaan? And of course, time, date. When do you want this goal to be realized? When do you need this money? Base sa ating talakayan noong nakaraang linggo, translating your target in numbers makes your goals very specific and readily attainable. You need a clear and specific financial goal so you can map out your plan on how to achieve it. Halimbawa, ito ay retirement. O ito ba'y trip abroad? O ito ba'y pangbili ng uso at mamahaling gadget? Pag-aaral ng mga anak? Pagkaroon ng sariling bahay o sasakyan? Kailangan maliwanag din sa atin kung bakit ito ang gusto natin. Magkano ang kailangan natin at kailan ito kailangan. Otherwise, all the tips, tools, as well as the proper mindset you have acquired from Seasons 1 to 3 might just go to waste if you do not have a financial goal in mind. Para sa mga kaibigan ng Pisobilities, pamilyar na kayo sa tinatawag kong the power of one, which in essence means learn and share with like-minded individuals because saving together provides better benefits. Pera mo palaguin mo, page 181. This leads us to our topic for today, collective investments. Simply put, collective investment is investing along with other investors through combining assets of various individuals and organizations to create a big and well-diversified portfolio. Bakit nga ba mas mainam ang collective investment versus individual investment? Ano-ano ba ang mga halimbawa nito? And what are the risks or disadvantages of collective investment? Ang lahat na yan sa pagbabalik ng Pisobilities after this short break. Diyan lang ho kayo, walang lipatan. Piso mo, palaguin mo. Piso mo, palaguin mo.
Teka nga. Ganito, kulang na naman. Hindi eh. Ulit-ulit, lagi na lang. Sakto naman. Minsan kulang, pero paano na ako makakapag-ipon nito? Gusto ko lang guminhawa buhay ko. Paano kaya lalago pera ko? Kailangan ko mag-invest. Invest. Saan kaya ako pwede mag-invest?
Hi, friend!
Hoy, friend! Come on! Upo ka muna.
Friend, ano ginagawa mo? Coffee naman tayo. Bakit parang kang busy-busy ka ata?
Friend, nagbabudget ka sa ako. Ito nga pero halos wala namang natitira sa sahod ko. Ikaw, kamusta ka na?
Eto, sa awa ng Diyos. Maayos naman ang buhay namin ngayon. Hindi naman kami salat sa pagkain. At makakabayad na nga ako sa bahay.
Talaga? Wow, bigati ka na pala ngayon, ha?
Hindi naman, friend. Iniisip ko lang talagang pamilya ko. Kaya ngayon, eto, ine-enjoy ko na yung bunga ng collective investment ko.
Collective investment. Ganda yan ah. Actually, kailangan ko rin yan. Tulungan mo nga ako paano matuto dyan.
Oh, sure. Halika na, mag-coffee na tayo, treat ko.
Ano ba? Kwento mo nga sa akin. Ano ba?
You're watching Pisobilities with our topic for today, collective investment or collective investing. Ano nga ba itong collective investing or First, let's look at yung target, yung instrumento. Tinatawag na, ano yung instruments that fall under collective investments? Ang nasabi natin, collective investing simply means madami tayong kasama, tayo'y nagbabakas-bakas ng ating mga investments at kinokolekta yan. Collectively, they are invested in all kinds of financial assets. It can be stocks, it can be bonds, fixed income, it can be special equities, stock market, etc. Ang resulta niyan, dahil sa madami tayong nag-i-invest, malaking pondo ang nakikreate ng collectively invested funds, malaki yung amount. At dahil sa malaki ang amount, madami siya pwedeng bilhin na hindi lang nakakonsentrate sa isang financial asset o isang kategorya ng mga financial assets. Diversified yung ating portfolio sa madaming klaseng assets na financial. So the investment portfolio, ang tawag yan, is made up of many investments from many investors. So, sino yung mga nag-o-offer ng ganyang collective investment products? Well, basically, ang collective investments are offered by banks. Pag ang bangko ang nag-o-offer ng collective investment or pooled funds, generally, they fall under the category of unit investment trust funds. In other words, the trust departments of the banks, they offer you this investment na pinupool. And then you have also the mutual funds. Private companies naman yan that are managed by fund managers duly recognized and licensed by SEC and BSP, and they manage the funds for the individual investors. So, gaano bang kalaki itong mga instrumentong ito? Kasi yung mga specifics nitong mga tinatawag nating collective investment, pag-uusapan natin yan in subsequent episodes nitong ating Season 4. For now, bibigyan ko lang kayo ng idea, gaano bang kalaki itong pooled funds na ito na open to the public, open to the general investing public. For the small investor, the big investor, the institutional investor, naglalagay sila lahat ng pera dyan. Ano ba yung size ng industriyang yan? Para magkaroon lang tayo ng idea, yan ba ay pagkakatiwalaan ko? Baka naman, sabi ng iba, baka naman ilan-ilang milyong piso lang yan. Tataya ko pa yung hard-earned money ko. Tingnan natin ang yung environment ng collective investment products. Tatlong basic products ho yan. Mutual funds, industry, which are funds collected through a private investing company called mutual fund. Yan, managed by professional managers. Magkano yung size ng industriyang yan? Pangalawa, yung unit investment trust fund under the trust industry ng mga bangko, trust department ng mga bangko. Magkano mga naka-invest dyan? And then yung portion ng insurance industry na ino-offer nila na tinatawag insurance-linked funds na part of their variable life insurance policies. No? Yun, walang ginagaranting return. Nagbabari ang kita mo, depende sa value ng investments. Okay, magkano yan? Mutual funds. In 1997, I think there are about, at least yung member ng asosasyon, at least over 30, and I understand over 60 mutual funds now. In 2007, the total amount of money collectively invested sa mutual fund industry was something like 90 billion in 2007. In 2011, nag-grow na siya to 103 billion. More than double. Ang average growth niyan, simple average growth rate per year, kung nag-grow siya from 90 to 103 billion, is something like 37% per year. Ang lakas ng growth niya. Kung dadagdag mo yung nangyari between 2011 and 2012, halos pa ho nagdoble ang industriyang yan. From 103 in 2011, nag-grow siya to 200 billion. Yung mutual fund industry natin, in effect, nag-double again in a period of 1 year from 2011 to 2012. Napaka-attractive. I guess, dala na rin ito na madami nang nakakaalam na po-promote na mutual fund industry. A growth rate of 37% over 4 years. Kung isasama mo in 2012 na nag-double siya halos, ang average growth rate niya for 5 years is 44% per year. Ikumpara natin yan doon sa UITF or trust funds, mga hawak ng mga bangko. And total ho ito, I don't know the specific breakdown kung ilan yung under UITF o ilan yung nasa simple trust fund. But at any rate, similarly, ano lang yan? Bigyan ko lang kayo ng idea kung magkano ang nasa trust funds. Total trust funds or funds in trust in the entire banking system in 2007 was 1.8 trillion. 1.8 trillion. Noong 2011, lumaki na siya to 2.5 trillion. Ito yung total trust assets na hawak ng mga bangko, hindi lang UITF. Lahat ng mga private trust, lahat ng klaseng produkto under trust and the banking system grew from 1.8 to 2.5 trillion. A growth rate of about 10.6% per year. Yun namang insurance-linked fund. I don't have the actual asset amount. But let's just get an idea, anong growth rate nitong insurance-linked funds under their variable life products. So, ang basihan ko lang ho nito yung growth rate ng premium income nila, hindi yung amount of assets. So, hindi directly comparable sa mga numbers na sinabi ko sa iba. But, just to have an idea, ganong growth rate nitong industriyang ito. Sa insurance variable life premium income growth rate, in 2007, 34 billion siya. In 2011, 39 billion siya. Ang growth rate niya, 3.5% per year. So, in summary, napakalaki nitong industriya in collective investment. 200 billion for mutual funds, total amount in trust, which is not all collective investment. I don't have to look at the number of UITF. Wala ho ako niyan ngayon. But just to give an idea, ang total investing amount hawak ng mga bangko in trust is 2.5 trillion pesos. Ang insurance industry nag-grow by 3.5%. Ang mutual fund industry nag-grow ng 44% per year. Ang UITF nag-grow ng 10.6% per year. Conclusion, mukhang madami ng natututo about collective investment. The growth rate of 44% in mutual funds, which is a private company environment, is very exciting. Alam nyo, wala ho kasing halos mga ahente nagbebenta nitong produktong to, but it tells you that it's such a solid industry because it's also very much regulated by our SEC and the central bank. So these are the approximate numbers ng laki ng industriyang ito. Sinabi ko lang sa inyo ito para ang aking punto ay sabihin, hindi ho pipitsugin itong collective investment environment. We can trust them, very well regulated, and you get the feedback, yung information, araw-araw kung magkano lumataas o bumababa ang investment nyo. At saka, dahil ganyang kalaki, may buyer and seller every day. It's a liquid investment. So, ano pa ang dapat nating malaman sa mutual funds, collective investment, at saka yung insurance-linked funds. Isa lang ho. This is the product for the small investor for one simple reason. Bakas ho ito eh. Naintindihan natin yung bakas, di ba? Minsan gusto natin tumaya. May minimum taya, wala tayong pera. So, babakas tayo. Yan ho ang prinsipyo ng collective investment. So far, we've discussed the collective investment environment and examples of collective investments. O ano, nakapili na ba kayo kung anong gusto niyong pag-aanan ng puhunan? Maybe it's too early for you to choose. However, for you to make informed decisions, you have to know the pros and cons. Ano yung maganda, ano yung hindi on collective investments. At lahat na yan, pag-uusapan natin when Pisobilities returns after this break. Stay tuned mga kaibigan, magbabalik kami. Piso mo, palaguin mo. Piso mo, palaguin mo. You're watching Pisobilities, and we're discussing collective investments. Before the break, we said we talk about the pros and cons, the advantages as well as disadvantages of collective investment or collective investing. Let's first take a look at this in terms of ano yung advantages and disadvantages ng produkto at ano naman yung advantages and disadvantages sa investor. Okay. First, let's talk about the advantages of the product itself. Mutual funds, for example, UITFs, insurance-linked funds, one key advantage nito is that they are managed by by a professional manager or a group of professional managers who are backed up sila ng organisasyon nila with adequate research. Kumbaga they can navigate the capital markets. Sino yung kakausapin, ano mang nangyayari, they have their ears on the ground. They know exactly what's happening. Hindi sila umaasa sa dyaryo o sa balita. Bago mangyari yung balita, alam na nila. So there's tremendous resources that professional fund management companies provide the collective investment funds indirectly, eventually to the investor. Alam nila and they navigate the investment field very well. So professional management. Now, if you are just a small investor, you're not really well versed in the capital markets, at wala ka ring panahon, siguro hindi mo matatalo yung professional investment manager or fund manager. Because sila, they eat, they drink, they sleep, capital markets, investment product, 24 hours a day, 24/7. So unless you're a very savvy investor, and you're very experienced and you know how to manage risk, you know how to handle the product, and you have the connections, and you have enough capital so that you can get into the market, hindi para sa iyo mag-manage ang sarili mong pondo. Professional management is one. The second advantage, of course, is because napakalaki ng pondo, the money is not invested in only a few investment products. The money is diversified. Yung pera ng mga investors, naka-spread out siya. In many industries, banking industry, mining industry, financial services, power, energy, all kinds of industries, they may be invested. Every fund manager has his own strategy. Everyone has his own reason. Everyone has his own kakayahan. So, ibig sabihin, diversified ang produkto and well-regulated. And also, because they're professionally managed, they go in and out every day. Sometimes, nagpapatalo silang deliberately para makabawi agad naman the next day or the following weeks. Alam nila ang gagawin nila. The third advantage is the funds are very well supervised. And saka itong mga funds na to, they're very well and closely regulated by government. In the case of mutual funds, SEC, matinding nagre-regulate ng mutual funds. Minimum capital, management ng mutual fund, fund management capabilities, nililisensyahan yan. And then you have in the other UITF, of course, Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, they supervise all the banks. The very strict rules of monitoring, and strict rules on how the money may or may not be invested. In other words, hindi naman porket minamanage yan ng third party or professional managers, they can do anything they want. Hindi rin pwede. In the case of mutual funds, the board of directors who represent the investors and who are the investors themselves, they give them plus the rules on how the fund manager may or may not invest the funds. So very well regulated, very diversified, and professionally managed, backed up by very high quality research and development. Research on the industries, research on the capital market, research on the economy, trends, etc. And they have the systems to go in and out of the market, which otherwise we individuals di natin kaya. Yan ang maganda. Professionally managed, diversified, and very well regulated. And of course, the most important for us, very liquid. Pagka-invest, kailangan natin pera, pwede tayong lumabas anytime. There is always a buyer for our shares at the current price. Liquid siya. So, ano naman ang disadvantages? Siguro may peligro din yan. O, ano yung hindi nating kagandahang features niyan? Well, dalawa ang basic considerations na maaaring masabi natin negative. One is, wala kang control. The investments, the decisions, hindi ikaw ang investor, pero hindi ikaw ang nagdidesisyon. Ang nagdidesisyon niyan, kung saan mag-i-invest, kailan lalabas, magkano bibilin, at how much volume ang bibilin, decision ng fund manager. So that if you are a very seasoned investor, gusto mo pang tumaya sa isang kumpanya, may rules yung fund manager na he cannot invest more than 10%. Halimbawa, ng pondo niya in one company, you cannot invest more than 10% of your money in that stock, for example. Kung gusto mong 20%, hindi pwede. So, yun ang control, lack of control mo. But then, if you're a seasoned investor, maybe you will have your own personal fund to do that. Kasi itong mutual funds really is for the greatest democratizer. Yan yung for the small investor or for those who have no expertise, then they will just leave it to the experts. Ano pa ang isang disadvantage? May bayad, siyempre. Meron kang entry fee at meron kang various fees na nababawasan over time. Merong administration fees yung fund. Siyempre, may bayad dapat yung fund manager. May research, may mga experts. So it costs you some money front end. But if you're going to invest long run, maybe the 1.5%, 2% cost, pwede na. Hindi naman kasi imbes na ikaw naman magte-take ng risk, they manage it for you. But that's a personal decision. If you think that's too much, you can do better on your own, it's a negative. But ang pinaka-importanting feature ho dyan is ano sa akin, anong epekto sa akin yan as an investor. Ang una-una yung convenience. I just have to go to a fund, invest regularly, one amount. 5,000 pesos lang ang minimum to get started. 1,000 lang kung every time I want to invest. Kung ako bang i-invest ng 1,000, so ko lalagay yun. Wala. I cannot even buy one share of PLDT. But dahil naka-angkas ako, nakabakas ako, I get the advantage of leverage, the power of one. Yung aking 1,000 piso o 5,000 piso, nakaangkas dun sa 5 bilyong pondo. Para na rin kasing powerful yung aking 5,000 piso nung 2 bilyong piso. That's the extreme form of leverage. Positive leverage. Yan ho ang advantages sa ating as an small investor. Small amount of money, liquid, I can go in and out, manage professionally, wala akong sakit ng ulo, very convenient, and more importantly, I get the multiplier effect as if I'm also a big investor. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, a recap of this week's episode on collective investing. Tutok lang po mga kaibigan. We'll be back shortly. Piso mo, palaguin mo. Piso mo, palaguin mo. Nagbabalik po ang Pisobilities with a recap of today's episode. Collective investing. Investing with others. Or, tinatawag natin, nag-i-invest tayo by pooling our investments together with many other investors, small and big. And we pool our funds and they are managed singly by a professional manager. Collective investing. The environment, sinabi na natin kanina on this investment instrument like mutual funds, unit investment trust funds, and insurance-linked funds run into the hundreds of billions. Very stable. 200 billion na, mutual funds lang. And I'm sure ang insurance-linked funds, baka more than that. UITF is probably bigger, if not the same. Hindi kasama yung mga trust fund na hindi collective investing, but unit investment trust fund na pinagsasama-sama ng mga trust departments, malaki na rin yan. Collective investing is the best for the small investor. Dahil for a small amount of money and convenient way of investing, nakakasali tayo mag-invest in financial assets. Tandaan niyo ho, ang venue o yung nilalagakan ng salapi natin when we invest in collective investment products like mutual funds ay financial assets, stocks, bonds, and many other related instruments, money market instruments, corporate bonds, private and government, promissory notes, all financial assets nandyan sa collective investing. Wala ho dyan yung bibili ka ng apartment. Although may mga instrumento na ang asset nila, real estate. But you buy the securities, yung instrumento na siya ang nagme-may-ari ng mga assets na yan. Collective investment is is what we endorse for the regular and small investor. The greatest investor, social democratizer, is collective investment products. Sa susunod na linggo, babalikan natin ang usapin ng mutual funds na isa sa mga halimbawa ng collective investments. Mutual funds are one of the investments na swak para sa mga ordinary investors tulad ninyo. Kung hindi nyo napanood ang aming mutual fund episode noong Season 2, abangan ninyo ang aming episode next week. That's it for now mga kaibigan. Join us again next week for more of Pisobilities, ang inyong gabay sa buhay pinansyal. Ako po si Francisco Colayco na nagsasabing ang pisong pinaghirapan mo, palaguin mo.